each one of these is a gorgeous design. I've used a piece of card, so this is watercolour card that I'm using, and I've placed my stamp. It's just slightly bit bigger than the actual stamp, and I've put some stick and spray onto my platform to hold it in place. If you don't have any, then just use a bigger piece of card so then you can place your magnets. Once I've got this on my platform, now I would always recommend doing this on your platform because this is a really large stamp and you want to make sure that every piece of this is inked up and stamped beautifully. So I always like to give it a good sort of stamping once and then stamp again, and even if it's stamped perfect the first time, it just layers up your ink, so it gives you a lot of ink. Now what you do want to do is you want to use your pigment ink pad. So I'm using my jet black pigment ink because what this is a sticky ink. It means that it is going to lay down this colour. I think I've got that. I'm just thinking which way. No, it was the other way. I didn't think I'd done that very well in between the card, but there we go. It is on there. I think I've done, oh no, I have done it. I mean, you know what it is?
No, I haven't.
I haven't. There seems to be too much down here, but I think it's actually just the lines of it. So you can see I want to get a better fit. I mean, that's stamped beautifully, but I also want to make sure we put some extra down there because the more ink that's there, the better the embossing powder will take. I'm just going to turn that round and make sure that I give that stamp a really good ink in. So pop that down and again popping it onto, or pushing it, should I say, pushing down onto that image. I mean, this is such a beautiful one. So this one is the swirling floral. Yeah. And again, actually here, I'm looking here, let's just pop a bit more at the sides, just because we can. And the good thing is, because we're using the stamping platform, it means that I can go back in and have full confidence that that's going to stamp exactly where I need it to stamp each time. So that's better. That's sort of filled that area up there. And that's given me a layer of ink, or a few layers of ink, which is exactly what we need. Now that will stay sticky for a little bit longer. So what we're going to do is then put our embossing powder over the top. Now I'm using clear because I just want to keep it black, but we do have some amazing embossing powders on the show which are so stunning. They have a lot of different colours in them, like a jewel colour, which is beautiful, but I'm just using a clear to go over the top. And then once we've done that, and these would lend themselves to being heat embossed, triple embossed as well. So you can emboss them a few more times to give them that really deep embossing. Yeah. So let's just pop that to one side and then we will heat up our design. So let's bring this one up and put this on. So when I was first doing my demos, I didn't know the acrylic paints were going to be put on this show. Oh yeah. So I didn't do my demo with them, but I am going to show you an alternative demo with them. So we can see how you can use your pens in another way.
Just to say as well, those Cosmic Shimmer goodies that Debbie was on about, you'll find those on the show as well. We've got a whole range of embossing powders for you if you check the show page, if you want to add those into your basket as well. And lots of people chatting about these as well, the Resist stamps. Aisha just saying all of the new products are just amazing. I love these Resist stamps. Susie T just saying I haven't ordered anything since the 2nd. I've been good. I'm going to have to break that streak this week. Such good deals, double points, and I need 2 sets of those paint pens, which we'll come back to a little bit later on. And thank you as well for all of the love which you're sharing. My Ladybird, or Ladybug, as I've been picked up on. For those of you in the US, it's Ladybug, isn't it? Not a Ladybird.
Yes, that's called differently. I think we call it both, don't we here?
What do you call it?
I call it a ladybird.
Yeah.
Yeah, ladybird, ladybug. Right, so we've got our image here. Now you could use your inks, which is fine, but I'm actually going to use some of my pens. So I'm going to bring in my yellow and my orange. And what I'm also going to bring into play is my clear sparkle pen. So we had the clear sparkles on last week. They're now in a pack with the black and gold, I believe.
Yep.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add some of my paint to my actual craft mats.
They were on yesterday as well. As you know, my memory is terrible, but we definitely had those on yesterday on a show. The clear, yeah, we had them on yesterday. What show were they on? I can't, terrible memory. Monday Makers. There you go.
So I'm going to add these by painting onto here. Now, because it's plastic, even if I go over the edges, that will still come through. Look, if I just show you, I'm just going to paint over those edges. Because we've done that at that glossy finish, that is going to shine through. And it's just a different way of doing them. In fact, let's do a bit more. We'll carry on. But how amazing can we now paint with our pens?
Yeah,
and it's going to add some sparkle because I'm using my clear sparkle brush.
And this is exactly showing what someone was saying earlier on. Can you use these like straight onto your glass mat, which is what you're seeing here with the sparkle?
Absolutely, yeah, with the sparkle. I mean, you could just use a normal water brush. But because you've got that black and you're watering them down, you're going to get not only that sparkle, but you can go over those black lines. You don't have to worry. It's a bit like putting your ink pads on.
Yeah.
So you can still do that. So I'm just speeding up using these because I want to then bring in my orange into those as well and come down from the tips. So that's our first one, and you won't contaminate your nib. All you need to do is get some tissue. As soon as that goes dry, as soon as that runs clear again like it is now, I might have stained my nib a tiny little bit, but that's not going to affect the quality of my sparkle pen. So just use that to use your tissue to take that off. And then I'm going to just give myself some of the orange, a little bit on there. You can see how much, I'm hardly using any. So, and then we're going to bring in now the orange. And we can start mixing that. And if you need a little bit extra ink, you can just give that a little bit of a squirt, and that will just bring in some more of your clear sparkle. And then we're going to come down. It's a bit more than I wanted there. So what I'll do is go quickly, but then I'm going to go back in once we've sort of run out and blend them together.
So you've obviously got within this collection the swirling florals that you're using, your wildflowers, delightful butterflies, your magnificent mandalas, spring blossom flowers and buds, and you get your translucent clear ink pad with that as well, of course. Just for those of you who are asking. And just read the pens again. Mandy Doodlehand says, Ben, can you ask Debbie, can you paint with these on metal?
On metal, yeah, absolutely. Not watered down, you would just use them directly to the metal. But yes, any non-porous surface.
Wow.
You can paint onto. Yeah, metal's a great one. So.
Mariah is saying, hello all, just now able to watch. Are these acrylic pens thebomb.com? Yes. Can we use them on MDF, says Mariah.
Yeah, MDF, perfect. Yeah, absolutely perfect. Any wood, metals, glass, yeah, plastics. So you could pretty much paint them onto anything with a non-porous surface.
Yes.
What I would say is cardstock. No one's really asked about cardstock, but I would say the best cardstock to use is
watercolour.
Watercolour cardstock. Yeah, watercolour card. So what I'm going to do now, let me just bring in, I'm just going to bring in the white. So if I was to use my white pen, I could still go in and add white dots to make it even whiter onto those middle surfaces. Or I could actually go in and add my own to the surface here.
Love it.
So lots of extras that you can put in to really add that detailed effect, which is amazing. But I think the fact that we can colour with them, paint with them, as well as colour onto all these different mediums is amazing. And if you are someone that likes to handwrite, my like calligraphy skills are not very good at all. But if you are very good with that, these pens are amazing. But look how we've just transformed that by adding those inks, by also then adding all that extra detail and those little white spots. Totally transforms that. But what I have done is I have got a little card that we can put together just so we've got something to show in the actual show, although we have got some finished products. But if I bring in
got a great ladybird over this side of the studio.
If you use just your inks and ink them up, this is the effect you're going to
Wow.
get. So it's just those different ones. So washing them down with those inks, being able to create that using your own inks. I even found this, this was done as well by Michelle. She actually hand painted I'm a Crafter's Companion onto a glass craft mat.
That's really cool.
This would be cool for the, if you've gone and got the Crafter's Companion bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Then you can put that on there. And then what I've also done, if I just bring these bits in as well, I've stamped the, I did have them here somewhere, but I must have put them somewhere else. But if you just stamp the butterfly background, let me find that one so you know exactly what I've done. So this butterfly, the Delightful Butterflies,
Yeah.
and then I've just hand cut them out. So
Okay.
it creates all these different butterflies, and we're just going to put a quick card together. This is an easel card, so we'll pop our inside part on, bring in my tape pen.
A few people, including Katie, talking about getting the fab files and decorating the fab files with the pens. Great idea.
Oh yes, that
Love
would
that.
be amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Rosalind is saying, if we're going to use these on a canvas, would we have to prime the canvas with gesso to use them?
You could, but I'm going to show that in our next demo
Oh, right,
if
okay.
we're carrying on with our acrylic paints.
We're going to have a look at the
we're going
sub-box, yeah, in a minute, but we'll definitely come back to those acrylic pens because we are rapidly running out of the stock. If you've got those in your line of sight, you need to be getting them in your cart, getting them in your basket and checking them out because we are fast approaching 60%. We'll be there very shortly, and it is the more that you're seeing these, the more that you're seeing these demos, the more these are flying out of the door. Lots of love for this Resist stamp collection as well. 6 stamps and that translucent clear ink pad, of course, is yours as well. I love this card. It's gorgeous, Debbie.
Oh, yeah, it does work really well. So I'm just going to pop, you put the sunshine in my day. And then on the bottom, we're just going to put another one. Your friendship is a blessing. And we're just going to pop a little strip in along there. So we'll pop that into, there we go. And then that on the inside. Oh, we need that heightened. So I've just realised, because that's our stopper. So let me just grab my, oh.
You're right over there.
It was all tangled
What's
round.
that?
Yeah, it's foam on a roll.
Foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Hey!
Hey!
Oh dear.
Foam on a
Roll, foam on a roll. Come on guys, foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Sing it in the gallery.
Foam.
Foam on a roll. Hey!
Hey.
I thought you were going to do it over the microphone. Hey!
Hey!
There,
Hey.
there we go, there we go.
So all I'm going to do is add our little butterflies on, which just add that interest. So don't think that you only need to use one of your stamps. Having 2 of them together like this, I really felt like it lended itself to have those butterflies. So let's pop, which is our biggest one? This one here. Pop that one on there. I love this card. Don't think we need another one actually, but shall we have, no, let's not put that one on. I'm quite enjoying that one as it is. And there we go. So our finished one, so you can either use your markers on there to paint it with, or you can use your ink pads, and just a really nice pretty design.